brought that book to me because I had been showing him some magic tricks right here. And he said, "और लगा इस किताब को गायब कर दीजिए." तो आंखें ढूंढती हुई आई अपनी पुस्तक को, तो खैर मैंने सुरक्षित रखा था. But what you said, Amrit, this ability of Kamini to describe a story in words, a picture, it reminded me also of Charles Dickens. He gets into that kind of detail.
Was the Vice Chancellor of the University of Delhi and Director of its South Campus. I would like to welcome Mr. Dinesh Singh and the author of Ms. Kamini Puri to the stage, please.
Thank you.
So I will invite Mr. Dinesh Singh to say a few words, and then we'll start with the discussion with the author and Ms. Amrit. Professor Dinesh Singh, please.
So मैं कहा कि say a few words. आप जानते हैं शादी फुजा मर्द जो है वैसे ही is a man of few words. तो बोलने की आदत छूट जाती. But I'm happy to be here. और जब मैंने प्रवेश किया तो मोटा मोटी मुझे महिलाओं की ठमकर दिख रही थी. थोड़ा सा नर्वस था मैं, पर कामिनी जी ने मुझे, मैं से पहले मिला नहीं हूँ, पुस्तक पढ़ने के बाद मुझे एहसास हुआ कि जैसे मैं इनको थोड़ा बहुत जानता हूँ पहले से. जब ये पुस्तक का मुझे शीर्षक भेजा गया व्हाट्सएप में, तो मुझे जेनिफर लॉरेंस की एक फिल्म है हॉलीवुड की, द रेड स्पैरो. मैंने सोचा कि शायद कामिनी जी ने कुछ उसी के संदर्भ में लिखा है, रेड मुनिया. Maybe the title is inspired from that movie. It's a very good movie, but it's a totally different thing. It's nothing to do with Kamini's book. And I realized many things about Kamini from the book. I haven't had a discussion with her yet on the book, and if and when I do get a chance, I will talk to her. But I want the audience to understand something. I grew up in a generation when there weren't too many writers in the English language from India. There were a few, but very few. Foremost amongst them was Jawaharlal Nehru. Very few people realize, and as many old people, old-timers like me say, the younger generation doesn't like to read much. In his time, and this was before India got independence, जेल से उन्होंने बड़ी अद्भुत पुस्तकें लिखी थी. डिस्कवरी ऑफ इंडिया, ग्लिम्पसेस ऑफ वर्ल्ड हिस्ट्री, ऑटोबायोग्राफी, तीनों उन्होंने जेल से लिखा. And some of the greatest writers, authors of the world had acknowledged Jawaharlal Nehru as one of the 12 best writers in the English language of the time. And that was one of his great talents. Often I have felt that maybe he should have just stayed with writing. He would have written lovely things, his thoughts. There's a reason why I'm mentioning Nehru, not for political reasons, don't get me wrong. एक बार अटल जी ने, only Atal ji could say this. He was a magnanimous man, a statesman, उदार दिल के थे. कि नेहरू जी ने अपनी डिस्कवरी ऑफ इंडिया में गंगा जी पे कुछ लिखा था वसीयत के नाम से, उनकी जो वसीयत. और अटल जी ने कहा कि ये तो कोई महाकवि ही लिख सकता है. जो शब्दों का चयन जवाहरलाल जी ने अंग्रेजी में लिखा है, मैंने अंग्रेजी में भी उसको पढ़ा है, हिंदी का अनुवाद भी पढ़ा. अनुवाद भी श्रेष्ठ है, अच्छा, और वाकई है प्रोज, बट इट साउंड्स लाइक अ पोएम. कविता किसको कहते हैं? इट डजंट हैव टू राइम, इट डजंट हैव टू बी इन अ मीटर. जो किसी के दिल से निकले और आपके रूह को छू जाए, उसको कविता कहते. और उस संदर्भ में अटल जी का कहना कि जवाहरलाल जी के गंगा जी पे जो उन्होंने वसीयत लिखा है, वह महाकवि के शब्द. और कभी कभी उसकी झलक जिंदगी के सफर में कहीं कहीं मिल जाती है. सब I have been fortunate for many reasons. I studied in a college which has contributed some of India's great authors. मैं सेंट सिविल में पढ़ा हूँ. मेरे कंटेम्पररी थे जो मेरे साथ पढ़ते थे, इनकरेज करते कुछ ऐसा लिखो कि लिखा हो और चुभ जाए. कामिनी जी वो बिल्कुल उससे परे. It is, as I said, genteel and gentle. But she says what she has to say, and she says it marvelously. So मैं आप सबसे आग्रह करूँगा कि इस पुस्तक को आप जरूर पढ़ें और इत्मीनान से पढ़ें, जल्दीबाजी में ना पढ़ें, क्योंकि उनकी स्टाइल लेजरली है. कामिनी जी को मैं पहले से तो नहीं जानता था, अमृत ने परिचय कराया और उनके जो बारे में लिखा है एक छोटी सी के बारे में, it's a sort of biographical sketch right at the beginning of the book. It says she leads a relaxed life. I wish you could teach all of us what is a relaxed life. मैं दिल्ली में मोटा मोटी पला हूँ, विदेश के अलावा यही रहा हूँ, और थोड़ा बचपन में मैं गुजरात से रहा. दिल्ली में आने के बाद मुझे लगा कि जो पंजाब के लोग दिल्ली से बसे वो कभी रिलैक्स लाइफ नहीं पाए. वो अच्छी बात, मैंने उसका अनुभव किया कि जो एनर्जी आती है. बट कामिनी इज प्रॉब्ली, एज दे से इन इंग्लिश, अ सॉर्ट ऑफ सिंगुलैरिटी इन द realm of people from the Punjab. She leads a relaxed life. I presume you also lead a laid-back life, but then if you were so laid back, you wouldn't have written this book. You know, मेरा जब विवाह हुआ था तो मेरे विवाह समारोह में हिंदी जगत के जो सर्वश्रेष्ठ लेखक थे, जितने भी भारत में थे, सब शामिल हुए. सब ज्ञानपीठ अवार्ड के तमाम लोग थे, महादेवी वर्मा, वे सब थे. मनोहर श्याम जोशी भी थे. आप लोगों ने शायद मनोहर श्याम जोशी की बुनियाद सीरियल टीवी पे देखी होगी. अद्भुत लेखक थे, पिताजी के बड़े घनिष्ठ थे. जब कामिनी आपके आखिरी चैप्टर को मैंने देखा तो मुझे मनोहर श्याम जोशी की याद आ गई. इट इज लाइक एन एपिलॉग. जो आपका आखिरी चैप्टर है, जय और लैला में आखिरी चैप्टर, मुझे बुनियाद के आखिरी एपिसोड की याद आ गई. उसमें वही झलक मुझे मिली. आपके भाव अलग हैं, आप कहना कुछ और चाह रही हैं, लेकिन मोटा मोटी मुझे बुनियाद की मनोहर श्याम जोशी की याद आ गई.
Now we'll be introducing the author, Kamini Puri. So, being an author myself, I have written a couple of novels, best-selling fiction novels, and right now working on a fourth book. With my love for food, I think this is one book which is very close to my heart. So that will be launching after this June.
Food has to be close to your stomach.
Yeah, if it appeals to the heart, then yes. So, what to talk a little bit about the author. Author of the captivating novel Red Munia. She is celebrated for her profound storytelling and intricate exploration of human emotions. With a background steeped in literature and a passion for storytelling, Kamini Puri has emerged as a prominent voice in contemporary fiction. Red Munia stands as a testament to Puri's storytelling prowess, weaving together a tapestry of love, loss, and redemption set against the vibrant backdrop of India. The novel intricately dwells into the lives of its characters, navigating their inner turmoil and external challenges with nuances and empathy. Beyond her literary pursuits, Ms. Kamini is deeply committed to promoting literacy and the arts, engaging with readers and aspiring writers alike. With Red Munia, she continues to enchant audiences with her evocative storytelling and reaffirms her status as a luminary in contemporary literature. The author presently runs an NGO that seeks to work for empowerment of women, education of children, and comfortable enrichment of lives of senior citizens. As he mentioned, she resides in New Delhi and her engagement runs at a relaxed pace. Her days are full with travel, reading, music, social causes, and overall writing, which comes naturally to her in any and every day of her life. I would like to welcome Ms. Kamini Puri and Ms. Amrit to start with the session, wherein they'll be doing book reading, and Ms. Amrit will be asking few questions to the author about her journey of writing the book.
Else will be always colored by partition. So Particip cannot ever go back from the memories of, those Indians who came from Pakistan. But her prose, I mean, many a times I felt it was beautifully described. So Kamini, do you have some excerpt to recite for us? No, why don't you read off?
So her father, kind of became very quiet. So, and what she goes through, so this is some of that. She and her sister. So as soon as I look at him, she's talking about her father. As soon as I look at him hard enough, I realize I'm talking to a still man who is still a man only because he's beauty. Like a painting of a man who sits staring with two black spots for eyes. In a flurry of my excitement, just before school, I sit on the steps of the veranda, plaiting Dia's long, curly hair. On the cane chair, the only one in the fridge, Papa G is seated comfortably, a shawl drawn on his legs, with the usual vacant look in his eyes. And yet, I can decipher a tiny need in them. Abruptly, I let go of Dia's hair to stare at him openly. Yes, Papa G, do you read something? I asked, trying to accept.
Brought that book to me because I've been showing him some magic tricks right here. And he said, "Lord, का इस किताब को गायब कर दीजिए." But हमसे दूरती हुई आई अपनी book मैंने सुरक्षित रखा था. But what you said, Amrit, this ability of Kamini to describe a story in words, a picture. It reminded me also of Charles Dickens. He gets into that kind of detail. It's an amazing quality. He does it in a gentle, unobtrusive manner. So that was really remarkable. Other thing that I really liked was when she talks about the 42 Quit India movement. And she takes to India's journey of independence. And when she talks about the 42 Quit India movement, it brought back many memories for me, both personal and otherwise. Personal because my father, who was then an 18-year-old student at Allahabad University, had taken part in the movement. He had taken dynamite to destroy and bring them alive at a personal level for all of us. और जो फुर्सत की बात करी, गालिब का शेर है, वो कैफियत गुलजार साहब की है जिससे वो मशहूर हुआ. दिल ढूंढता है फिर वही फुर्सत की रात में बैठे रहे तस्वर जाना, कुछ उसी की बार याद आती है.
So, Kamini, what's your take on that, writing another book? Given another, the viewpoint should be now she's gazed into the history, now gaze into future. If ever.
I already have Barbender's routes.
See, I won't give away much from the book, but I have marked many lines. But if it's for you to go through the book and feel that the era gone by, this is your chance. When you sit here, or maybe your family, your friends, and you found, but when Kamini was writing this book, I think she wanted you to go back. You must go back, read this book, leisurely pace, mark the words she wants you to know, because at first rush, this is not a book you should rush through. That's my recommendation.
Yes, because writing is like a catharsis. You carry so many burdens, so many fears, phobias. So, I've been asked this question many times by people who read it, the book. What essentially belongs to Bhujan. So now, this bird is never left alone. Beauty betrays it to become a caged bird. It is caged for its beauty, for a sense of possession, for a sense of ownership. And not only that, and because the kind of money it touches on being sold. So now other than this, I saw an affinity between the destiny of the Red Meridian and of India of the British times. So India too was caged because of its beauty, its treasures, its abundance. It was possessed by the British for a very long time. So now, the moment I read this, the moment I could make that connection, something clicked in my mind.
The book is, of course, an excellent narration, obviously very, beautifully written, background.
We love you a lot. So thanks again, and we'll take it home from here. And I invite you all to lunch after this, and enjoy the afternoon. There'll be some book signings, and if you would like to get a copy of your book, you can get it right here. So thank you again.